Good morning, good morning, good morning. Buenos dias. Happy day 4 of our challenge. Today we're doing some stretches. You've noticed the tone of my voice is different. The music that I've chosen is different, and it's because I want you to get in the zone. I want you to relax. I want your body to calm down, to feel good, and I want you to set an intention. I want us to set an intention, whatever it is for you. I personally always set the intention to feel good, for my muscles to relax, for my body to just feel good, to move better, to be more flexible, to just to give myself, even though the workouts are already a self-care to me, and it's a form for me to appreciate my body. These stretches are like a little bit of a deeper self-love. That's how I see it. So hopefully you benefit from it, which I know you will. Hopefully you feel a lot better. I know that your body's sore, so hopefully these stretches will help you feel 10 times better. We're gonna do the same protocol. We don't do the warm-up because we're going straight up to stretching. And what I want you to do first is that I want you to open up your legs as wide as you can. Let me set up my little timer. I want you to open up your legs as wide as you can. We're gonna open up the arms. We're gonna take a deep breath. We're gonna do that 2 more times. And when you take a deep breath, I want you to fill up your chest, your diaphragm, your stomach. And then when we exhale, when we breathe out, I want you to exhale all that air out of your body. Ready? Let's go. One more time. Open up your chest. From here, I want you to drive your hips all the way back. We're gonna take our hands and we're gonna drag our hands down our body, our legs. And I want you to go as slow as you can without bending your back. So I want you to keep your back nice and straight. Keep your chest up and focus on the stretch that you're getting in the back of your legs, in your hamstrings and your inner thighs. So push your hips back as much as you can. And then from there, we're gonna move slightly side to side. I want you to move your hips and your legs side to side, keeping your chest up. I've noticed that if I place both hands on top of my quads, it helps my chest stay up. So you can try that if it feels good. Just keep your hips back. Keep moving side to side. Notice what's tight on your body. Take deep breath when you move through a point. Now we're gonna shift our weight to the right side. I want you to bend the right knee. Keep the left leg straight. Take a deep breath. And then I want you to place, if you can, your right arm on top of that right thigh. Push those hips back so that your knee's not going forward. So you want your whole foot back, hips back, right arm on top of the right quad. And then from here, we're gonna bring up that left arm. And we're gonna lean more towards that right side. Keep the chest open, take a deep breath. From here, you might be feeling the stretch in your inner thigh. You might be feeling your core, your obliques. Come up. And then we switch towards the left side. Same thing, we're gonna bend the left knee, travel to the left side. We're gonna place the left arm on top of the left quad. Take a deep breath. We're gonna bring the right arm up. And we're gonna lean towards the left side. Come back to the center. Bring your legs together. If you have a mat, we're gonna face the front of the mat. Then I want you to bend your knees slightly. We're gonna push the hips back. We're gonna grab our elbows. We're gonna tuck in the chin, bring the head all the way back. And I just want you to hang here. Relax your upper body. You should be feeling the stretch in your hamstrings, maybe your back, maybe your neck. From here, we're gonna place both hands down to the mat, and we're gonna come down to all fours. We're gonna do 10 cat-cows. So we're gonna do a mix of dynamic and static stretches. So dynamic, we're moving throughout the movement, and static, we hold the movement. So right now we're gonna do 10 cat-cows, which is a dynamic stretch. Ready? Set, let's go. Your arms will move. I want you to inhale, open up your back, Exhale, look all the way up and arch. 1, 2. I want you to inhale when we get into that cat position, and then breathe out when we arch. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 2 more, 9, 1 more, 10. From there, I want you to bring the left foot forward, and the left foot is going to meet your left arm. So it's going to be flat on the floor. From here, we're going to extend that right leg. So untuck the right toes, bring that right leg up. So you're going to be one leg. And if you can, I want you to take the left arm and rotate your body. Now, if you find it really hard to be in one hand, feel free to drop that right knee and then do the same thing. You should be feeling the stretch in your left glute and your chest too when you open up. Come back down, drop the right knee if you don't have it there, and then switch legs. So, same thing with the right leg. We're gonna bring it forward, making sure that our foot is flat in front of us. We're gonna untuck, if you can, the left toes come up. From here, we're gonna rotate with the right arm. This is also a really good stretch for your hips. Rotate as much as you can. You should be feeling those glutes and hamstrings. Bring the right arm back to meet the left, and then we switch legs again. We're gonna do that 3 times on each side, okay? Left leg forward, untuck the right toes, bring up the left arm, and rotate as much as you can. Switch. Again, just like the exercises, this is your own practice. This is your body. So if your hands, if your wrists bother you while being in one hand, keep that left knee down and just rotate with the right arm. It's the same thing. Come down. Bring the right leg back, and then we switch again. Last time, 1 on each side. Bring the left leg forward, rotate with the left arm. Bring the arm down and switch. It might feel like a little workout at the beginning, but it's not. Come down. I want you to drop both knees down. From here, we're gonna lay on our back. So we're gonna lay on our back first. We're gonna grab our right knee, and we're gonna interlace our fingers on top of it. And I want you to bring that knee up to your chest as close as you can. Take a deep breath. And depending on where you're tight, you might be feeling the stretch in your hip, you might be feeling your hamstrings, you might be feeling your glutes, you might be feeling both. Now, I want you to place the right arm down, and you're holding your right leg with your left hand. From here, I want you to place that left hand on the outside of that right knee, and keeping the right arm down, we're gonna bring the right knee towards the left side. Make sure that you're looking over the right shoulder. Maybe your back cracked, maybe you didn't, but you should be feeling a really good stretch in your lower back, in your right glute, and just your right leg in general. The more you rotate your body, the more you're gonna feel the stretch also in your spine. Take a deep breath. Take another one. Come back to the center. Remember that if something feels good, please do it a little longer, unless you wanna just do it at the same time I'm doing it. Now I want you to place the right foot on top of the left thigh. From here, we're gonna interlace our fingers behind the left leg, so behind the left thigh. We're gonna pick up that left leg and we're gonna bring that leg closer to our chest. Now, notice how I brought my leg, my head up to be able to see you and intensify the stretch. If your neck bothers you, either take a little yoga block or a pillow, or just keep your head down. Same thing. I just want you to focus on keeping that right knee out and pushing that left leg as close to your chest as you can. You should be feeling a really good stretch in your glutes. And I want you to take a deep breath. Take another one. Switch. We're gonna bring both feet down, and now we're gonna interlace our fingers on top of that left leg and bring that knee towards our chest. I want you to take a notice. I want you to be aware of how your body feels whenever you take a deep breath. Make sure that it's really, really deep. So bring the knee closer. Bring the left arm down. And we're gonna push our left knee towards the right side using the right arm. And I want you to look over to the left side. Take a deep breath. Stay right there. I'm gonna play the music. Just stop. Or maybe didn't. Oh, I love this song. You're gonna like it too. It's called Full of Love. Okay, so I left you with the left leg on the right side. From here, we're going to place, so go back to the middle. We're gonna place the left foot on top of our right quad. We're gonna interlace the fingers behind the right hamstring, and we're gonna push the right knee towards the chest. Breathe. You should be feeling a stretch in your left glute. The closer you bring the right leg towards your upper body, the more you're gonna feel a stretch in your left glute. Take a deep breath. Take another one. Now we're gonna place the right foot down, place both foot down, and then we're gonna sit up. Stay down. I'm gonna play some music a little bit higher because I love this song. It's perfect for the day. Okay, so you should sit up, we're staying down. What I want you to do now, look at me first. We're gonna take the left leg outside. So we're gonna fold it outside. And we're gonna keep this right leg folded in front of us. So one behind you, one in front of you. Now, I want you to make sure that your left knee is out as much as you can. We're gonna stretch out the hips. And from here, hip square, what I want you to do is instead of bringing your body forward, you bring your hips forward. So there's a difference between this and this, okay? When we do this, we really focus on those hip flexors, so that's what I want you to do. And go as far as you can. If you don't feel it as much, feel free to bring this left knee out more and push those hips forward. This is a really good stretch for your hip flexors. And now we're gonna switch legs, so come up. We're gonna bring the left foot forward, we're gonna fold it forward. And then the right foot, we're gonna bring it back and out. Keep the chest up. Hip forward, lean forward with your hips, not your back. And again, just adjust yourself. If you know where you're supposed to feel it and you're not feeling it, just adjust yourself. You're supposed to be feeling that in your right hip. So bringing the knee out and pushing the hips forward would help you feel that stretch a little more. Take a deep breath. From here, we're gonna have the right leg back. And now, we're not gonna keep the feet together. We usually do this one. I want you to keep your feet out, but close to your body so you can grab your ankles, but your toes are gonna be looking out. From here, we're gonna use our arms, our elbows, to push the knees out. And what I want you to do here, it's the same thing as we did just a few seconds ago. We're gonna push those hips forward. So when we do this, let me get on the side so you can see me. When we do this, we tend to use the back to push forward, and then look at how I'm rounding my back. You don't want to do that because you don't really feel the stretch that you want to. This is mostly for your hips. So by grabbing your ankles, pushing your legs down, I want you to focus on bringing your hips forward. So notice how I'm coming forward and my back is straight. I'm not rounding. I'm not trying to go as far as I can. I'm just trying to push my hips as far as they can. There's a difference. Keep those toes out. You can feel free to keep your heels together, but keep the toes out. Keep pushing. And you should feel a stretch in your hip flexors, in your groin area. All right, now we're gonna keep the right leg the same, but we're gonna extend the left leg. And before you do this, please don't do this. Oh my God, I can't reach. Oh my God, I remember when I used to reach. Forget about that. Even if you can only reach for your knee, I'm totally fine with it. What I don't want you to do is try to overcompensate using your back. This is a hamstring and hip stretch, not a back stretch, okay? So keep the knees straight. If you can, use the hand or one hand to push that knee down. If you cannot reach for anything, just push that knee down and focus on bringing the hips forward. You should be feeling the stretch in the back of your leg. And again, it's okay if you cannot reach for your toes. We're a work in progress. Switch legs. Hips forward. Don't try to reach for the toes if you can't. Give yourself some grace. And remember that we should always meet ourselves with as far as our body lets us. We can expect our body to work as a Mercedes if we have always been riding a bike. Does that make sense? I use the weirdest example. But yeah. Okay, we're gonna get on one knee. Actually, before we do that, let's stretch out the wrist first. So the first thing that we're gonna do, we're gonna place our hands down, and I want you to make sure that your shoulders are right under your shoulders are right above your wrist. From here, we're going to move our body forward without moving the hands. So the shoulders are gonna go over the hands a little farther from that, and then back. And this is to stretch out your wrist. So we're just gonna go back and forth. So forward, and then back. That's 3. Forward, keep your fingers down and spread. 5. 6. 7. 8. If you're always typing in your computer, 9, or your laptop. 10, if you're always using your phone, you notice that we have this very, very tight in front of our hands. So now we're gonna do the opposite. We're gonna place our hands down so that this part of the outside of the palm of the hand is gonna go outside, and we're sort of gonna put our weight on it. So you want your wrist right under your elbow again. Your shoulder, and from here, with your back straight, we're gonna push back without moving the hand, and then slightly forward. So back and forward. So the first one, your fingers were facing out. Now our fingers are facing us, and you're gonna feel the stretch in the outside of your hand. Forward. 5. 6. 7. 8, 9, one more, and 10. Move the hand around. You might feel it weird at the beginning, especially if you're not used to stretching it. Okay, now we're gonna place the left foot forward. From here, I want you to push that right hip forward. Bring that right arm up. If you need something to hold on to, feel free to grab a chair or a wall or yoga block, whatever it is that you have. And I don't want you to lean, I just want you to stay here, push forward, so you can really feel your quad and your hip. Switch. Keep breathing. Bring that left arm up to the ceiling as high as you can. Push your left hip forward. Take a deep breath. And then we're gonna get up. We're gonna get in our split position. This is probably one of my favorite stretches if you haven't realized. So, hip square. I have the left foot forward. We're gonna interlace the fingers on top of that left thigh. And we're gonna push the hips back as much as you can. The number one mistake that I see is rounding the back. You don't wanna round your back, you wanna keep your chest up so you can really feel that stretch in your hamstrings. Push the hips back as much as you can. And if you feel a little wobbly, feel free to hold on to something. Push the hips back so you can really feel those hamstrings. And then switch legs. So, both foot down, hips forward, interlace those fingers on top of the right thigh. Push the hips back, keep your chest up. If you can come low, low, low without sacrificing your back, definitely try to do it. Remember that every single body is different. There are a lot of things that you can do that I can't do, and vice versa. And that goes to everything, not just your body. You're so freaking unique. It's not even funny. Come up, it's not even questionable. I want you to go near a wall. We're gonna go near a wall. And I want you to place the left hand on the wall. And I want you to make sure that your hand is in line with your shoulder. From here, since I have my left arm on the wall, I'm gonna bring my left leg forward. And then I'm gonna rotate my body to the right side. Keeping that left elbow straight. And you should be feeling the stretch in your shoulder and your chest. The more you rotate to the opposite side, to the right side, the more you're gonna feel the stretch. Take a deep breath. And now we're gonna switch the hand position. Instead of having the fingers up, we're gonna have the fingers down. Place it on the wall. Same thing, so fingers down, place it on the wall. And now, notice how everything stays the same except for your hand position. Notice how you're gonna feel it more in your biceps. So keep that left elbow straight and try to rotate your body. You notice that it's gonna be harder to rotate to the right side, because the bicep usually tends to be super tight. Relax the left hand, and then we're going to do the same thing on the right side. So place your right hand on the wall, making sure that your shoulders in line with your hand. Place the right leg forward, and then we're gonna rotate the body without keeping the elbow straight. Rotate the body to the left side. And breathe. Now I want you to bring your fingers down, so we switch the hand position, and we do the same thing. Feel that stretch in your bicep. It hurts so much. You might feel it in your fingers too. Okay, relax. We go back down to the floor. Also remember that the body is always gonna have resistance to something new, to something that it finds hard, or very uncomfortable. So even that arm stretch, it's very uncomfortable to me and it hurts a lot, and my body was dying to just be like, okay, this is enough. But I also know that I need this stretch. All right, I want you to get in child's pose. We're gonna get in child's pose. If you have a yoga block, feel free to place it under your chest or a pillow. Anything works, really. I want you to bring your glutes down to your heels. From here, we're gonna extend the arms. I want you to keep your elbows down, your forearms down, and I want you to tuck in your chin, bring it down, bring your head down, and we're gonna take 3 deep breaths, and I want you to be very intentional with these deep breaths. So we're gonna count to 4 on the inhale, and then count to 4 on the exhale. Ready? Wait for my count. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then release at the count of 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2 more. 1, 2, 3, 4. Release in 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. One more. I won't count. Count in your head. Let's go. We're gonna stay on our knees. You guys are probably like, this is a fitness challenge. Why are we deep breathing so much? Place your left hand behind you. Grab your head. And I want you to tilt your head to the right shoulder and then look down. The reason why we do these stretches, the reason why I want you to do the deep breath and to have an intention, it's because you can work out all you want. But if you don't take care of your inside, in general, you're not gonna feel as good. Chin down, you should be feeling a stretch in the back of your neck. Release the head, and then switch. So we're gonna place the right arm behind you. We're gonna grab our head with the left arm, left hand, tilt the head to the left side, and then bring the chin down. Take a deep breath. Now we're gonna interlace our fingers behind our neck. Bring the elbows close to you. Bring the chin down and come as low as you can. Take a deep breath. That should feel really good in your neck and your upper back. Now we're gonna get up. We're gonna place our right arm. We're gonna lock it on the left one, and we're gonna rotate the body. So yeah, I don't want you to just look good. I want you to feel good in every sense of that word. That's like my goal for you. Switch. Everything is intentional. Everything is intentional. Right arm up. Bend it and use the left hand to push the left arm down. Let's be kinder to our bodies, to ourselves. Switch. We often criticize ourselves so much, and I'm guilty of this. We criticize ourselves so much. We don't give ourselves enough credit for what we can do. All right, now we're gonna go back to the wall. I want you to place both hands on the wall in line with your shoulders. And from here, we're gonna push the hips back. Keep your head down, push the hips back as much as you can. You're gonna keep your arms straight and you're gonna keep your knees straight. Take a deep breath. You should be feeling a stretch in the back of your legs. By holding onto the wall, if you can, if you don't have to. Bring your leg up. If it's hard for you to pick up that leg, feel free to take one of your loop resistance bands, the little ones. Grab it around your ankle and then pick it up. There's nothing you can't do. Even if you need assistance, you can do it. All right, push that hip forward so you can really feel your hip flexors and your quad. And then switch. The only person that we're comparing ourselves to It's the person we were in 2020. That's it. That is it. Roll those shoulders, move your neck around. Take a deep breath. Let's take 2 more. One more. And relax. Thank you for showing up for yourself. Thank you for trusting me. That was my my heater. Thank you for trusting me in this journey. Thank you for trying to be kinder to yourself or being kinder to yourself. And just remember to keep giving yourself some grace. We are all work in progress. We're all just working towards the same thing. Our journey just started either earlier or later. So that's why it looks different. And also because we're different people. I love you, and I hope that you have an amazing rest of your day.